What is up, Packer fans? It is week 18. The Packers are in a win and they are in situation at home, Lambeau Field, kind of similar to last year. Packers needed to win to get in against the Lions with Rodgers. Now the same team, only younger, without a lot of their guys from last year. Jordan Love, first and second year players, 29 touchdowns to those guys. He has 30 touchdowns on the season. Now a win and in game against the Bears at Lambeau. Packer fans, Packers players, coaches, everybody probably couldn't ask for a better scenario than this one. Having Green Bay be able to get into the playoffs if they win. They would go on the road and play the Cowboys if things ended today, but we'll see how everything shakes up this weekend. I think that'll probably be the scenario if the Packers win and they're in. Green Bay against the Vikings pretty much played a game that I thought we could play. Kind of funny. I knew Jaron Hall coming into his first game. He's going to struggle. He's only 6 foot, 207 pounds. He's undersized, kind of an athlete, but undersized athlete for the NFL. I thought he'd just have trouble throwing the ball, which he did. Like his first throw was an interception that got batted up. And then I thought he'd just have trouble throughout the game. Packers jumped on top early. Jordan Love, 3 touchdowns through the air. I mean, Bo Melton got his the first Packer receiver this season with all the success Watson and Dobbs and Reed and Wicks have had. Bo Melton is the first Packers receiver to go over 100 yards receiving this season. His first touchdown as a Packer. He was a rookie last year on the Seattle practice squad, got injured, came over to Green Bay, kind of been up and down all season, and then he gets his chance. Now he's on the active roster after last week. 105 yards and a touchdown. What a game for the young kid, Bo Melton. And then just watching Jordan Love, the effort he put in on the running play for a touchdown when he went head first, which I don't like to see a lot with my Packer quarterback, but he got in. And then just the way the Packers defense got after him, with the interception and the forced fumble sack by Preston Smith, and then just, Quay Walker coming through and getting his first full sack of the season. This defense played really well. They held Justin Jefferson to under 60 yards receiving. That's Carrington Valentine and Corey Ballantyne. And so what a duo they put out on the field. Young guys against a veteran, and then Jordan Addison, KJ Osborne. The Packers just kind of shut them down. Yes, in the second half, they threw Nick Mullins in. He's a little more of a gunslinger quarterback, kind of like a Brett Favre. They kept comparing Nick Mullins to Brett Favre, which just because they went to Southern Mississippi and both throw a lot of interceptions do not make them alike. And Nick Mullins, he led some drives. He scored some points, but the Packers came in at the end with a 33-10 victory, basically dismantling the Vikings, and now all but knocking them out of the playoffs and carrying on our season into a win and in scenario against the Bears. Like I said, Jordan Love has to continue to play like he has been. 16 touchdowns, 1 interception in the last 7-8 games, I think. What a run he's been on. He's the only quarterback in the league to have multiple touchdown games without interceptions. Now he's got 8 on the season. I mean, this guy is balling out of his mind. He's going to have over 30 touchdown passes on the year. 29 or more of them are going to be to first or second year players. He's going to have over 4,000 yards passing. He's at about 3,800 right now. He's only got 11 interceptions on the season, and this guy is the limit. They keep saying, I want to see what his ceiling is. With the Love, we still don't know what his ceiling could be. And with these young guys growing with him, the contracts that they have, this team could be competitive this year, next year, and years to come after. I love what I see out of Jordan Love, the growth that I've seen, the progress that I've seen. It's just a thing of beauty out of that. And I want to say that I predicted it early on. I liked what I saw. 6'4", athletic, can throw, got a rocket arm. They said some of his arm angles were like Patrick Mahomes. He just had to figure it out. He had to figure out some of the protections and some of the blitz schemes and some of the cover schemes and just now you can see that he's comfortable. He's always been poised. He's always seemed like he kind of could handle the moment. He just needed to figure out what was going on in every moment. Now he's got some of that under his belt after a full year. This guy is the real deal, and I'm super excited to watch him continue to grow. Obviously in the backfield, Aaron Jones up over 100 yards again, back-to-back weeks. This guy is a guy that they said, he's done, he's hurt, he can't do it anymore. Just anytime you give him the ball, he's explosive. A.J. Dillon has to get going. The thumb's bothering him. They use Patrick Taylor a little bit more. Both backups to Aaron Jones I do like. If Dillon can't go, Taylor's decent. Comes down to this offensive line, though. This offensive line with Rasheed Walker at left tackle, Zach Tom at right tackle. You still got, Runyon and Myers, and then Jenkins holding down the left guard spot. But no sacks given up against the Vikings. And literally, we were able to run the ball and protection for Jordan Love. I mean, this O-line is really coming into play. Packers do a great job drafting and developing receivers and offensive line, pretty much offense in general because of the quarterback now as well. So what a game for this offense. They just played really well on all facets. And the defense, they played really good too, only giving up 10 points to a team that, can be explosive in the Vikings. Obviously, they're a much different team without Cousins, without Dobbs. Dobbs gave them some juice, but Packers, now they got the Bears. So we got Justin Fields coming into Lambeau. He's going to try to prove himself. The Bears are all but eliminated from the playoffs. I think they're pretty much done. They needed us to tie last week with the Vikings, so the Bears pretty much done. They're going to try to knock us out like the Lions did last year. And so for Green Bay, it comes down to just playing their game, doing what they do best, run the football, play action fake, get it to their playmakers in space, and let their defense get after it. Maybe Jair will be back. He might be done. I don't know what's going on with that. It's such a weird situation, especially for how big the game was. The Packers wanted to make an example, even though he's an all-pro, one of the highest paid players on the team. They wanted to show that nobody is bigger than the organization as a whole. So that's a good example, but does that mean that Jair's on his way out? We will see. He is highly paid. That does leave room for other guys. They're talking about cutting Devondre Campbell at the end of the year too, but all in all, we just got to see what happens, roster stuff at the end of the season. Let's get through this Bears game. DJ Moore is going to be out there going crazy. Darnell Mooney for the Bears are going to be out there. Roshan Johnson, and then you got Khalil Herbert on the offense. And on defense, they have Montez Sweat, who the defense has really improved since he's come along. Still got Eddie Jackson on the back end. Still got TJ Edwards in the middle. I mean, this defense has guys, Jaquan Brisker at safety too. They've got guys that can really play. And the defense and the offense hasn't come together all the time this season for the Bears, but there's games where they come out and they blow teams out, or they score a lot of points, or their defense is really playing well. So it's going to be interesting to see what Bears team the Packers get on Sunday. I know that we went into Soldier Field week 1 on September 11th or 10th or whatever that was, and we beat the Bears at Soldier Field pretty much handily, 38-20. Jordan Love coming out party. I thought that was a sign of things to come. He kind of had a little up and down for a little bit in the beginning of the year, and then now Jordan Love's skyrocketed to the top. So very exciting to see, but this is going to come down to, can the Packers execute at a higher level than the Bears? Obviously, that sounds like John Madden. A team that wins or scores the most points is going to win the game. Obviously, if you execute at a higher level than the other team, your chances of winning are higher. But it comes down to can the young guys take a breath, step back from the moment, how crazy this is. How the season's gone up and down so much. Now they're playing at home in a win and in game. You couldn't have drawn it up any better for this season, for this narrative, for how this new Green Bay Packers looking team is going to come into the season. People thought, if they get to 6 wins like Rodgers did his first year, that's going to be a good season for the Packers. They're at 8-8. They have a chance to be over 500, a chance to make the playoffs, a chance to do what they couldn't do last year under Rodgers with basically the same team. And now Jordan Love just looks like he keeps getting better and better. The guys on the defense, obviously, we got to talk about Rashawn Gary, Kenny Clark, Preston Smith. They're all playing lights out. Quay Walker had his first sack, like I said. Campbell was out again. We saw Isaiah McDuffie get injured. We had a combination sack at the quarterback, and Duffy got crushed by Van Ness and somebody else on the other side. And so, it looked scary. He was able to get up and sit up, and he seemed okay, but scary moment for him. Obviously, Eric Wilson came in, number 45, and he played pretty well. He's a special teamer for the most part. I just liked what I saw out of the back end. The corners just really played well. The secondary played well. Joe Barry had his guys seemingly in the right spot. I know a lot of it had to do with Jaron Hall just not being very good. And then second half, we had a decent lead. We were able to play some prevent. We kind of gave up some stuff underneath. But all in all, really a great performance from the defense. Offense could not look better. I'm so excited about this offense. Watson's coming back. Wicks is coming back. Musgraves is coming back. And we know, the fact that Reed is so damn good. Dobbs is so damn good. We still got Aaron Jones in the backfield. This offense is so young and so talented. I really hope that they can continue to grow together. Guys don't get too big-headed about things, and they can really take this team to the next level. We'll see what they do with Aaron Jones next year, but that's all after week 18 here. Let's get through this game. Let's win. Beat the Bears. The Bears still suck. Let's get them, guys. Go Pack, go. Week 18. Let's get this win. Peace out, guys. Thank you for watching, and see you next time. Go Packers.